Hi, my name is Morgan and today I'm going to be explaining to you how to use the mirror method. So, just a brief synopsis of the mirror method, we're going to be using a mirror to create two similar triangles to find the height of a very tall object. So, as you'll see in the visual playing, first we had to find our object, which we chose to be the chimney of the school. And we chose the chimney because obviously it's an immeasurable height. So, going in front of the object, we placed the mirror down on the ground and backed away until we could see the top of the object in the reflection of the mirror. And just to make it a little bit easier for us, we marked the mirror with the X so we know what point the object should be at and also what points to measure from. Then, secondly, measured the distance between me and the mirror. If you're by yourself, you can mark your standing point and measure those 2 points, or you can ask a friend to help to measure those distances. Then secondly, we measured the distance between the object and the mirror. And because our object was so high up and so far away, our method to doing this was basically measuring the distance between this mirror point and how far up we could go, and then going off to the side and continuing measuring it until we got an estimate of where we believe the distance of the actual chimney itself would be. Then secondly, we measured the height from the ground to up to my eyes. So those would be creating those two triangles. Now we'll see how I use the math to create the similar triangles and find the unknown height. So now using those measurements, we're going to find our unknown, which is the height of the object. So for our first triangle, we know that the distance from me to the mirror is 4 feet. And then, from the height from the ground to my eyes is 5 feet. Then for our second triangle, we know that the distance from the mirror to the object is 62 feet, but our unknown is the height of the object, so we're going to mark that as x. And now we're going to create a ratio using those measurements. So we're going to put 5, which is the height, over 4, which is the distance, and is equal to x, which is the height, over 62, which is the distance. And then we're going to cross multiply, and then we'll get 310, which is 5 times 62, is equal to 4x, which is 4 times x. And now, to get x by itself, find the height, we're going to divide 4 from both sides. And then we're left with just x. And 310 divided by 4 is equal to 77.5. So x is equal to 77.5 feet. So basically, as you saw in my math, to conclude what I just did, using those measurements, we were able to create two similar triangles using the distance between the mirror and me and the height from the ground to my eyes. We created a smaller triangle, and then for the larger triangle, we used the distance from the mirror to the object and the unknown being the height of the object. And then using those measurements, we created a ratio, which was basically used to solve for x, which is the height of the object. And yeah, that's basically how you do the mirror method. Hope it was helpful.